Hey my beautiful Virgo peeps, what's going on everybody? It's Sam from CancerMoonsTarot and welcome in here to your January 2024 tarot reading. How are you? I hope you guys are doing well. I do want to mention before we start, as always, if you're interested in a personal reading, check out my website, CancerMoonsTarot.com. It's going to be the first link in the description below if you want to book me there. Without a further ado though, here Team Virgo, let's go ahead and get it poppin'. Want to wish you all a happy new year. Welcome into 2024, the year of the 8. I hope that we're going to be blessed with so much abundance, and I can't wait to see what we have in store for you. So Virgos, let's go ahead and see what's up here, baby. What's coming on in for Team Virgo? Hold on one second. New tarot deck. Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus zodiacs throughout January 2024. Let's begin with the overall energy for Virgos. We have here the Queen of Wands. Taking a look here into the current energy, we do have the Devil. Taking a look at what you're dealing with, we have here the Nine of Pentacles, and having a look at the outcome currently, we have here the Hermit. By the way, I do have to take the moment to just really appreciate Oogie Boogie popping up as the Devil from The Nightmare Before Christmas. Anyways, let's talk about it, guys. We have here a Queen of Wands showing up. So this is good. Feeling fired up, feeling really confident, feeling good about this year. So I think that as you jump into January, there's already an initial positive feeling coming in for many of you. Now, you do have the Devil. So I think that this is about recognizing just because there might be some tough things going on, just because there might be some situations that aren't all that great, doesn't mean that I can't bring the best energy that I can, because it really depends on how you show up, right? How are you choosing to show up in the new year? How are you choosing to slay your demons is what I feel like this is really coming down to. So Virgos, you're popping out here saying, I'm gonna slay my demons, point blank, period. This is not the time here where I'm letting these demons consume me. Looking at what it is you're dealing with, we got here the Nine of Pentacles, the energy of confidence, the energy of individuality and independence, but also, however, the energy of really getting ready to get to work. Nine of Pentacles is a person who's in a very stable space. It also could represent having a very fantastic regiment setting foot into this brand new year and the first month of this brand new year. So by regiment, I mean maybe you guys are figuring out, here's my perfect sleeping schedule. So now I'm on this schedule. I wake up every day. I feel fantastic. I have all this energy. I'm good. I'm ready to roll and rock and roll, you know? So it's a good time here and a good vibe. Maybe you have figured out a good mental health regimen that keeps you in high spirits and positive vibes that really works for you here going forward. But I think that you guys are definitely, most importantly, looking at the current outcome, the Hermit. You're gaining a lot of wisdom here of this year and for this year that's going to be incredibly beneficial to you and your success. So the Hermit, of course, could represent taking time away from people, being in your own energy, having alone time. It could be representative of all those things, but it also could be representative of wisdom, whether that wisdom comes from friends and peers, it comes from loved ones, or it comes from spirit, or it comes from the universe. It is a sense of wisdom of knowing what to do going forward. And it also is a very, it's very intertwined and connected to your intuition. So I feel like you're very intuitively guided for January 2024. But however, you also now have this sense of wisdom that's going to help you elevate your life and level up in a positive way. Now, speaking of the leveling up process, I think what this is referencing is how I mentioned with the Queen of Wands here to the Devil. You may notice, okay, yeah, there might be some tough things going on. There might be some stuff happening in my life that I'm not entirely happy about. You may have your demons, as everyone may have their demons, but I'm not letting the demons consume me. This is the time where I say, I get to choose how I show up. I get to choose what energy I bring to the table. And that's going to make such a powerful impact for you setting foot into January 2024. Now, let's see what's showing up in the potential challenge. What do we have here for the potential challenge for Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus throughout January? What is this potential challenge? First card is going to be the Ten of Cups. Ten of Cups here is the card of like the ultimate fulfillment. I think that you are looking at the entire year of 2024 in a way where it's like, how do I become happy in every area of life? Because when we're talking about every area of life, relationships, romance, friendships, your career, your family, you know, we're looking at everything. And it's like, how the heck do I do that? How do I become fulfilled with everything? But I think you'll soon learn to realize that at the end of the day, there's many things we're in control of. There's many things we aren't. But going back to the Queen of Wands, the energy of how you decide to show up is what really takes precedent over whatever the hell happens. So granted, you're looking fulfillment in every area of life. How you decide to show up and perceive will also depend upon the fulfillment you receive. So for example, when we're looking at career, and we're working on our careers and we're working on advancement and we're working on going forward, some people may look at working hard as tedious and it doesn't make them happy. Other people may have the perception of, I love all this hard work I'm putting in because the hard work's going to pay off. How you decide to perceive something is the type of energy you'll get back. So if you look at a situation and you only see the negative side of it, you're going to have a negative perception. And there is always a negative and a positive side to every situation we view and consume. So I feel for you guys, you're kind of over here like, I don't know how I'm going to be happy in every area of my life, but you know what? There's some things we just can't control. Sure, there's some things that we may be unhappy about. However, though, we can always tune in to what perception we're having, and we can always shift the perception we have as well. So let's say right now, maybe you're starting a brand new career and you're an intern, right? It's like, well, this sucks being an intern. I'm not getting paid. But what's the positive to this internship? The experience. Maybe you're an intern for 6 months to a year. Guess what? That experience just landed you a full-time job. And as much as a hustle as it might be, maybe you need a side job right now to generate an income. At the end of the day, I got the experience. And a year from now, bang, I got the job, you know? So some people could look at that and say, well, I'm not getting paid. This sucks. They boss me around. They make me get them coffee. Okay. But however, there is that positive side to it, as much as there can be a negative too, but it's really going to be about the perception you tap into. Okay. So I think that that's what the worry is. But remember, your perception is everything. Now, moving along here forward, let's take a look and see what you can expect throughout the rest of January 2024. What do we have here for Virgo? Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus throughout the rest of January 2024. First card coming out, it's going to be the Seven of Wands. For the next card here, we have the Hierophant. And moving forward, we also have here the Temperance. And lastly, dun dun dun, we have the High Priestess showing up for you. Yeah, I mentioned intuition earlier with the Hermit card. So funnily enough, we do see this High Priestess make an appearance. Now, let's talk about the Seven of Wands. Seven of Wands is a card that represents restricting. So it could be a very restrictive energy. It could be an energy of blocking someone or something. I think what's happening here this month for you is that we have to recognize that not everything is going to happen the same way that it always has. This is the energy of the Hierophant being the status quo, social cues, the way things are done in a society, or the way things are done in a practical manner. I mean, if we keep doing things the same way all the time, they're going to become less and less interesting over time. Wouldn't you agree? You know, people say, well, you know, you grow up in society, you go to school, you go through high school, after high school, you go to college, then you get a job. Some people opt out of college. Some people start their own businesses and generate millions. Other people may work for things like blue collar jobs when we're looking at construction, or maybe they're becoming a police officer, or maybe they're getting into potentially jumping into like the garbage business or something. They get a different certification like a CDL Class A, whatever the case may be. The point is that you don't have to go what society tells you to do. You know, for example, college is a big thing. It's a big example. Now, when I'm talking about society, it's not just society. It could be family. It could be what other people expect of you. It could be the societal values or the status quo. What you're really detaching yourself from here this year, Virgo, and in this month of January is I don't have to perceive, view, and do everything that everyone else does. Because if I did it that way, how would I ever generate my own happiness? What makes you happy is very distinctly different than what makes another person happy. So why would you follow the recipe of what makes someone else happy if that recipe doesn't fit or suit you? So this month is really all about, what do I need to restrict myself from? I don't need to follow in the footsteps of anybody. I need to start following the footsteps of myself. What do I desire? What would bring forth happiness? What would spark that light within myself? So you're really getting thinking here coming into this month, which I love. Thinking is a great thing, guys. The more we're thinking, the more we're looking, the more we're soul searching. It's like we're going to stumble upon, you know, the gold mine here. So we have a Temperance showing up for you in terms of what you can expect as well. Temperance is great. It's your feelings and emotions starting to get leveled out and balanced out. So you're going to start to feel a lot more positive, a lot more better on an emotional level. And we also have here the High Priestess, which is the energy of being intuitively guided. I'm not sure if I'm mistaken. I might have said to you guys earlier, this month you're going to feel intuitively guided. If I didn't say that, Here you go. I think you're going to feel very intuitively guided coming into the month here of January 2024. High Priestess is representative of spirit being there, really giving you those signs, giving you those intuitive nudges of what is going to work out for you, what's going to add to your happiness, what your path is going to be, or what path for you is going to be fantastic. So really pay attention to awareness and be aware and as much as you can here in January 2024, because I get the feeling here that the universe will be giving you those intuitive nudges and guiding you along the way. So if you notice you are suddenly very, very interested in something you haven't been interested in before, look into that. There might be something there. If you notice that repetitively you keep getting an ad for this kind of job and career, or you repetitively keep getting messages about going out and doing something or traveling somewhere, maybe really take the time to invest in that, because there could be something very powerful and impactful there for you in this month overall. All right. So these are some of the things that you can expect here so far. Let's get about 2 more cards for what Virgo can expect. The Death, which is change, and the Star, which is alignment. Yeah, guys, here we go. This is what I've been preaching so far and throughout this entire video, especially in terms of intuitive guidance. Like, you are starting to open up to a brand new path, and things are going to change. But remember how you show up in those changes. Remember what energy you bring to the table. Remember what perception you decide to have. A person can be like, whoa, my entire relationship with somebody changed. And that could be upsetting, of course, and you deserve to feel how you feel. But remember, you can carry the perception of, wow, this really sucks. And you can carry that perception for as long as you like, but you could also look at the perception other how would be an interesting word, huh? You can look at the perception anyhow of, well, maybe right now the universe is making room for somebody new. And this connection in my life had to end in order for me, with a Star card, to be aligned to the greatest place or to the greatest person. So I really feel that the more you can take a look at the things that change, and even if the immediate perception of what's changing is negative, if you can look at it as this is all a part of God's plan, this is all part of a plan in general of everything unfolding exactly how it should, and everything unfolding in a way that's going to make me happy, you will see the results of that happen. Okay? So I really feel like rejection's God's protection is showing up here, and trusting the process, putting faith in God would be very beneficial here for you guys as well. Not everything will show up as it seems. You may see a change and note it as something bad or negative, but it may actually be what works for you at the end of the day. So try to have an open mind and try to bring forth optimistic points of view. I think that could really help you in January 2024 as well. Okay? All right, guys, moving along here forward, let's hop on into the rest of your read. I'm going to take a look into some other areas of life. So we're going to look into career, we're going to look into your love life, and we'll look a little bit more into your personal life before we go forward to the outcome. Okay? So let's have a look here at career for Virgo. What do we got showing up here for Virgos regarding their career? In January 2024, Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Let's take a look. First card out is going to be the 5 of Cups. Taking a look here at the next card, we have here the Ace of Cups. And lastly, we also have here the 9 of Swords. Wow. So I'm definitely feeling energies for Virgo peeps regarding career where you may not be all that happy. For some of you, your demon or your devil-like situation could be your career. Therefore, if you're very unhappy with it, 5 of Cups here, and then Ace of Cups here says it's time for a fresh start. It's time for you to seek out fulfillment. A lot of people seek out career because they look at compensation first. They look at how much money can I make, what are the benefits, etc., etc. A lot of people actually don't base their pick on a career when it comes to fulfillment, but fulfillment leads to a path of all abundance. At the end of the day here, if you're very happy and you love what you do, you're going to be successful with what it is you do, and success is going to create a byproduct. What is that byproduct? Money. Okay? Money is just a byproduct of success. Money isn't success, but success therefore creates the byproduct, which is money, point blank, period. So I think that if you have found yourself really unhappy with the kind of work you're doing, it could be really great for you to kind of start to look at careers that you feel like you'd be happy with working. And keep in mind, maybe the starting pay isn't the best, but maybe it's survivable, it's livable, it's okay. You know, maybe you're looking at something and you're like, well, I feel like I'd really like this, but when it comes to, you know, the benefits or anything, maybe it takes a while to kick in. Hey, maybe give it a chance anyways. Remember, when you're doing what it is you love, inevitably what you're passionate about will take care of you too, right? So try to keep that in mind here when searching for maybe a new job, because I think for many of you guys looking at your careers right now, you're probably wanting to search for a new job in general. Try doing something you like, and you might be surprised just how much the abundance tends to follow through with your enjoyment of your career. Give it a go. You might be shocked, okay? Moving along here forward, let's hop on into love. We're going to take a look at single Virgos first. What do we have here for single Virgos in love? For the month of January 2024, what do we got? First card out, it's going to be the Three of Pentacles. Having a look here at the next card, the Queen of Cups. Hello, taking a look here at the last one for you, the Five of Pentacles as well. Very, very interesting. I feel like for some of you Virgo peeps, there's definitely something good showing up right in front of you, but however, I think there's a part of you that may feel like something's still missing with this person. I feel like this is probably a message to single Virgos who may not be in a commitment, but you're probably dealing with somebody romantically. So if you're just straight up single, this may not resonate with you, but if you're dealing with someone or talking to someone, this is probably your story. Anyhow, you do have here a Three of Pentacles, you have here a Queen of Cups. I get the feeling for you where things were working out between you and somebody, but at the same time, Five of Pentacles comes in and it's like, as connected as I am to this person, I don't know if I can follow suit. I don't know if I can go through with it. And you know what I think it is, Virgo? I think it's more so fear from past connections coming up than anything, because I don't think there's actually something missing between you and this person you're connected with, but maybe you have this urge to flee or you have this urge to move forward because you've been hurt so many times, and that's the defense mechanism that kicks in. But you have to ask yourself, when are you going to break that cycle? Because sure, you might have been hurt so many times, but if you're never open to something new, how are you going to experience that love you desire and crave anyways, right? How are you going to be able to experience that if you're not open to it? So I almost just want to say, like, if you feel like you got a good thing with someone here, but you know that your defense mechanism's kicking in and you know that your self-preservation mode's kicking in, you have to ask yourself, when am I going to break that damn cycle? Because if I don't, I'm never going to find that love that I actually crave. And that's a real, raw, honest message. So be real, raw, and honest with yourself about that. If it's your story, of course. If it's not, no worries, all right? But you don't want to sit there, Five of Swords over here. You don't want to sit there and basically block your chances or fight against what you can attain and have. If you have something good in front of you, enjoy it, guys, okay? Be present to it. Don't worry about the future. Don't worry about your past. Be present to the moment and enjoy, okay? Moving along here to coupled Virgos, let's have a look. What do we got here for the coupled Virgos coming into January 2024? Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. First card out is going to be the Judgment, looking at the following for you. We have here the King of Cups, and lastly, we have here the Two of Wands. For Virgo couples, Judgment card here, King of Cups, and Two of Wands. I think right now you're still taking a chance here on your respected romantic partner, but however, I think you're at a point with the King of Cups where you feel like you've given as much love as you could give. You have gotten to a point where you've become very comfortable in your partnership. And I think in a way, the love is there, but what's missing might feel like the passion. Yeah, I think that might be the case here for Virgos in relationships. It's like, I've gotten very accustomed to my partner. I love my partner. I love them, and I always will. But there's this difference where it doesn't feel like there's much of a spark or much excitement or much passion. That's what I feel seems to be lacking. So sometimes you may find yourself Two of Wands. Am I on the right path with this person? Right? Am I on the right path with them? Am I moving in a good direction? If there seems to be a lack of a spark or a lack of passion, is this a positive thing or a negative thing? And I think the truth is that inevitably, guys, being with people for so long, sure, passion goes out a little bit, but then it does tend to come back. There's many seasons, if you will, if I can call it that come in with love. The beginning season, the first season of love. You are so passionate, you're in that honeymoon phase, you feel fantastic, you're always romantic, it's beautiful. And maybe that kind of carries out a little bit into the second and third season, but by the fourth season, maybe it dies down a bit. And you and your person are, enjoying more of the friendship aspect of your love. Maybe you're a little bit less romantic, but you still have romantic events. So by season 4, it slows down, but maybe by season 6, it picks back up. Because I feel that in love, even if it ends up slowing down, it always comes back up if you're with the right person. So I wouldn't worry too much about it, but I also would sit there and say, if you feel like you and your person haven't had much time for romance or much time for passion, and it's something you crave to kind of reignite within your partnership with your person, having a conversation won't necessarily hurt, considering that communication is key. So that can definitely be something to bring up to your partner for the Virgo peeps that this resonates with, okay? All right, my Virgo couples, let's move forward onto what's going on with Virgo in general. What's happening with you guys on a more personal level for January 2024? Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. What's going on here for Virgos on a bit more of a personal level? First card out is going to be the Eight of Swords. Looking at the next card we have here, the Ace of Swords. And lastly, with two more cards, King of Swords and the Eight of Pentacles. Interesting. A lot of swords showing up here for you. Maybe you're dealing with an air sign like a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. By the way, we do have Capricorn energy, Sagittarius energy, Scorpionic energy showing up too. Just in case if any of you guys apply with those or resonate with those, you also have here Virgo showing up for you as well. All right, Virgo, in terms of what's going on with you on a bit more of a personal level, Eight of Swords here, Ace of Swords here. I think a lot of you guys are starting to figure out what's been keeping you so trapped and stuck. When we go back to the main situation for a moment, I mentioned Queen of Wands here to the Devil is representing that you're overcoming the feeling of being stuck. I think you're recognizing life still goes on even if some bad shits happened, or even if some things that weren't necessarily the most fortunate events happened. I can still show up and be positive. I can still show up and be happy. I can still show up and kick ass. You know what I'm saying? So I think for you guys, you're recognizing this. Eight of Swords here to the Ace of Swords. You're having a realization that you don't need to be trapped here. You get to choose how you show up in your reality. You got here a King of Swords, which is the energy of discipline. I think for many of you on a personal note coming into this month, discipline is going to be something that's a very important factor. You're making sure that anytime, maybe if you're looking at something in a perception that might not be all that positive, maybe you're bringing in positive reinforcement, and you're being very disciplined in that retrospect, where anytime you find yourself dipping into the negative, you remove or you become aware of that negativity and you replace it with something positive. This builds a very positive mindset. So word to the wise, if you've never heard of positive reinforcement or never tried it, really give it a go. It helps build up such a positive morale. Anyways though, guys, you know, King of Swords here, it's all about discipline, and it's all about making sure you're staying on top of what's going to bring you to happiness, what's going to guide you to happiness, and it's about removing yourself from whatever may create resistance and negativity. So Eight of Pentacles showing up here. Virgo peeps are getting to work in January 2024. You know, I always say the new year is a perfect time for revamping. Almost everybody gets ready to revamp in the new year. Everybody gets ready to rebrand themselves and to change something about their lives that maybe they didn't change earlier or felt like they couldn't change earlier. It's also a very motivating time too. So Virgos, you are settling down here and getting ready for work in a very positive manner. Let's have a look here at your overall outcome, okay? What do we got here for Virgo? Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus throughout January 2024. What's going to be the overall outcome here for our lovely Virgo gang? And what do we got? We got here the Four of Pentacles, and that Four of Pentacles is also going to be followed up here with the Ace of Pentacles as well. Sweet. To an extent, this is an energy of coming out of your shell, I think. You know, I mentioned to you guys with the Hermit card, which could be a card about being in your shell. I mentioned to you guys how it felt more to me that you're going to be receiving wisdom moving into this month of January. But I also think to a degree, guys, when you were dealing with whatever negative situation has been bothering you, I think that it did make you go into recluse here with the Four of Pentacles. It's made you feel like, well, I'm dealing with something crappy. I'm fighting my demons, but my demons are here and there's nothing I can do about it. I think to a degree, some of you may have gone in recluse and surrendered to your demons and said, you know what, this is just how things are going to be. This is just what it is. I feel like you've accepted your circumstances in the past. And what happens and what's different about this month is Ace of Pentacles. You see the opportunity now that your circumstances don't have to just be, it is what it is. Your circumstances can be what you want them to be. You see that you have the ability to create change and transformation. You see that you have the ability to change your reality in general. So it's not just it is what it is. If I'm not happy with it, then it doesn't need to be this way. Things can shift, and I have that opportunity each and every single day. Opportunity is something that's always around us. If you want to change up your career, the opportunity is there to do so. You can go on Zillow.com, or not Zillow.com, that's for finding a home, but you can go on Indeed.com or ZipRecruiter or something like that, of that nature, you know? You want to shift your relationships. You can go out and meet new people. Maybe go on a dating app, okay? That I know not a lot of people fancy, but hey, you can do it there. There are success and love stories that came from dating apps, you know, other than just a hookup. It's possible. So Virgos, remember guys, your circumstances don't have to be just what it is they are. You have the power to change them. And I think you're finally awakening and opening up your eyes to the fact that that opportunity exists each and every single day. Virgo, I love it, baby. You guys had an awesome reading. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. And thanks so much. If you enjoyed today's video, hit that like button, man. Helps out a lot for the channel. If you're new here, definitely do consider subscribing. I'd be happy to have you and welcome you here into the Soul family. Of course, everybody, if you want a personal reading, that'll be the first link in the description below to CancerMoonsTarot.com if you want to book me there. And with that being said, everybody, have a wonderful and happy new year with your friends and your family and your loved ones. I hope you're excited for this brand new year. Shout out to 2024. I hope it's going to be great for all of us, and do enjoy your January. Virgo, much love and have yourselves a good one. Peace.